Text me.
Test, test.
Somebody's in.
Heard the doorbell. Let him in.
Linda got it.
We're good.
Text me the link and I'll see if Michelle can get out. At the phone.
Trying to get
Echo. Echo.
Okay, so Michelle should be in.
Now, once everybody gets in, I'm gonna have to use the restroom. That is the tiniest Coke
I
bottle.
don't see her.
That's
She
really
sees you.
cute.
You know, you get this at Walmart.
I don't know.
Give them that way I can put the lid back on instead of
It's like.
open a can and not
That's true,
waste half of it.
but it's so little. Like, is it even worth it?
Well, yeah, when you're diabetic, it is.
Maybe you should get Coke Zero.
I like it. It's okay. But I got this. I gotta use it up. Along with the Mountain Dew I got home.
It's probably the worst thing.
Okay.
I do have Mountain Dew. I do have Mountain Dew Zero.
Add me to the
I
meeting
didn't know they had a zero one of those.
Mhm.
and I'll just do it from my iPad.
Before
Gotta send you a link.
Pepsi Max was a, it tastes like crap. Coke Zero has always tasted close to Coke Zero.
Yeah.
Pepsi redid theirs. Now theirs tastes pretty close. But Mountain Dew Zero tastes pretty close.
That's how I let my kids have pop now.
The kids don't drink it, so that's all mine.
Okay, the live stream is ready whenever you guys are ready.
Okay, I see you.
All right, I see Mike.
I'm gonna make you the host, okay?
Okay.
Yes. You should be the host now. And I still have to see.
You're gonna have to turn your sound off.
Mute yours.
But for me, I'll let this go. Or she can log back in. You can let her in.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna Michelle, I'm gonna text you the link. I'm gonna text it to your phone and just log in that way.
All kinds of technical difficulties to start.
Okay?
Do you want to send it to us so we can see them?
It'll just cause echoing
Do you need
problems.
me to wait?
It'll just cause echoing problems, stuff like that.
Not if we muted all of us.
I have Zoom at home on my iPad.
I'm going to act like I hear voices whenever they talk.
Okay.
Are we good?
Okay, Shelley, I got you. I just need to get Linda. Can you hear me?
Mike, why don't you just turn your speaker all the way down?
Yeah.
Or leave the meeting. Or else there's a chance you might cause another loop over there.
Shelley, you there?
Yes.
Okay, I got you. See if I can get Linda.
Can I turn my phone off?
Yeah.
That's what you're on.
Those are minor questions.
What?
Those are minor questions.
Okay, or what?
Can you see your Word docs okay?
On my Chromebook? Yeah.
Yeah. Give it just another minute and see if we get let on.
Mike, are you going to be in any sort of trouble starting a 7 o'clock or 6 o'clock meeting at 6:15?
I don't think so. I mean, based on technical difficulties, and you can't start before.
Sonic Lodge,
What's that?
it was Sonic Lodge, you dropped the gavel. Lesson learned. If anyone can't make it before, we've got to have people here at 5:30 setting things up.
Okay. Just, can you do it on your phone? I just texted you the link. Just tap it. Just tap it on your phone when I hang up.
Republic now.
Yeah.
Maybe we should go ahead and get started, and then they can join in.
All right.
Go ahead and get started.
We're at 6:17 as it is now.
Or 1817, how my computer says.
Yes, that too.
I just texted her, we're gonna start, jump in if she can.
We'll go ahead and call the meeting to order. We apologize for the unusual late start this evening. Mike?
Yes.
Jason Schopper,
Here?
Randy Croft,
Here.
Bob Smith,
Here.
Michelle Lott,
Here.
and Linda is still attempting to connect.
Okay. If you'll all join me, please stand. Pledge allegiance. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Are there any additions, deletions, or changes to the organizational agenda?
No.
Okay, thank you. So the first part of the meeting is for organizational agenda, by which we will have a new president and vice president here shortly. So to begin, I would like to ask for nominations for president of the City Schools Board of Education for 2021.
I would like to nominate Mandy Croft for president.
Any others? Hearing none, motion to.
Michelle, did you, I'm sorry, I wanna make sure she heard. Michelle, did you hear?
I was very hard to hear, and
So we're taking nominations for president.
there'll be more than one,
Yep.
okay? Am I allowed to make a motion?
Yes, you are.
I'd like to make a motion to elect Michelle as president of the City School Board of Education for 2021.
Just hates me.
The trains are coming, Jason.
Okay, so we have two nominations.
Rock, paper, scissors.
And so I'm not quite sure. Two nominations for one position, do,
President, so Mike will, so when we vote, you'll, wait a minute, they can let us in. Hang on. Let's have Linda. Oh, there she is.
Okay, so Linda has joined.
I'm good with you being
Connected to audio, hang on.
I don't have this.
Can I tag you?
There's a couple ways you could do it. Since it won't be an actual motion at this point, I would probably just go take a roll call and have each person vote either for Mandy or Jason.
And then put it in a formal motion to make them.
Oh, we could do it that way. Yeah. Yeah, let's do it that way. Basically ask who would you prefer to have as your president? We'll go right now.
Roll call. By
When you
motion.
do
Roll call by nomination.
yeah, when you vote, you have to vote by name anyway. So when you do the roll call, each person votes the name of the person they want.
Choo choo.
Linda's video audio is not working.
Thank you.
And her video,
Yeah.
she's in, but I can't see her.
Should have zoomed in.
Instead of doing it in the form.
Should have called off sick. Could have zoomed.
Yeah, so it's not really a motion, it's just a nomination. So at this
Yeah.
point, you do a roll call,
Okay,
then each person says the name of the person that they're voting for.
gotcha.
Okay.
Oh, my battery's dead on this.
Are both Linda and,
But Linda's
Hey, Vaughn,
on,
that one work.
but
Do you want it?
she,
I don't think I need it.
Okay.
I think I got that right here, don't I?
Oh, yeah, I think you do. Thank you, Jason.
Okay,
I'm gonna call.
so do a roll call.
And she voted by text.
The nomination. So we'll start with Bob.
Michael User.
Mandy Croft.
no, she's gone.
Tell Michelle to go over there.
What's
are you
that?
asking me?
Tell Michelle to go over there.
Jason Schaffner.
Oh, did he call Michelle?
Well, they live right across from each other.
Oh, that's true. Michelle, can you get Linda over to your place?
We're gonna have 4 people.
Oh, here we go. She's trying to get,
Can she call in or
well,
text in?
no, we think that, we think it has to be Zoom or some sort of video.
Yeah.
Can you
Let me text
FaceTime her?
See if she wants to come over here. And,
Can't, Michelle just can't. Linda's on
Jason,
Samsung. Michelle, you can FaceTime.
do you, Vice President?
Sounds like I'm about to get the prize. About to get the prizes.
Send text.
I didn't know you wanted either one of them.
At this point, after 2021, why not? 2020, whatever year it is. Well, I mean, at this rate, I could be home watching the Senate race right now
There won't be
that
anything
fun?
tonight.
to see if I get any more stimulus money.
Okay, so at this point, we have Bob with Mandy, Mandy with Jason. Jason,
I'll vote for myself. Can we get a recount?
I don't think we're gonna need one.
Sidney.
I'll call you.
I vote for Jason.
I'll call you like Donald Trump did. Can you
Makes
find
a
some
difference
votes?
what
Right.
Linda's is, Jason has 3.
Who was the third?
Jason, Mandy, and Shelley.
Got it. Okay. I was locked into trying to get Linda in, so I didn't hear Mandy's vote, sorry.
Okay, so the motion, the official motion will be the President Pro Tem ask for nominations for the President of Sidney City Schools Board of Education. The motion to elect Jason Schaffner as President of, the motion is to elect Jason Schaffner as President of the Sidney City Schools Board of Education. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
And the second?
Seconded.
My wife's gonna be real happy. Real happy.
Do we have any, yeah, if there's any discussion or
You're doing just fine, Mike. Keep going.
I'll just keep going, yes. Is there any discussion on the motion? We have all these. Oh, okay, it's been, yeah.
We'll just make it consistent.
Okay, then I will call roll. Lot,
Yes.
Croft,
Yes.
Schaffner,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
and Linda is still not in the meeting, but the motion carries.
Jason, you take it.
Yep.
El Presidente.
You take over meeting now,
You gotta move clear down here.
or you can do it from
You
there.
said it.
Oh, thanks.
There you go.
Just gonna get rid of it.
Thank you, Robert.
Anytime.
Now we're ready for Vice President.
Ask for
Oh,
nominations for
I
vice.
thought you was gonna do it. I just wait for you to keep rolling.
You're running the meeting now. You're in charge.
Yeah,
You want your microphone
I
back?
know. I think everybody can hear me. Taking nominations for vice president.
I nominate Andy Croft.
Was that Mandy?
Yes, it was. I'm sorry.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
So no other nominations.
Hearing no other nominations, could I get a motion? That Mandy Croft is vice president?
Do you want to read that motion, Mike, or?
Sure. Request a motion to elect Mandy Croft as Vice President of Sidney City Schools Board of Education for 2021.
So moved.
And the second,
I'll second. Either way.
I got Jason. Any discussion on that motion? Hearing none, we will take roll. Smith,
Yes.
Schaffner,
Yep.
Croft,
Yes.
Locke,
Michelle. He's calling you on roll, Michelle.
Linda's here.
Michelle, he's calling you on roll.
Oh, yes.
There you
Linda is here.
go. Okay.
we'll complete this one though. We have sufficient, the motion passes. Okay, Jason, you can go ahead and move down to each of the action items going forward.
Get a motion to set the Board of Elections, education meeting dates for calendar year 2021 per the attached schedule.
So moved.
Seconded.
I don't see no attached schedule.
There was one in our email.
And these are the same.
Okay, it's not saying, I don't see no attached.
Correct.
Yeah, the dates that we sent out. I'm sorry, because I have to keep this open so
You're fine.
she can hear me. And I don't have an agenda now.
We got a first and second. Mike, you want to call roll?
Smith,
Yes.
Croft,
Yes.
Meininger. There.
Linda,
Yes.
Locke
Yes.
and Schaffner.
Yep.
Motion carries.
Need a motion to authorize the treasurer to request tax advances from the Shelby County Auditor as soon as funds are available for distribution for calendar year 2021.
So moved.
Seconded.
We got a move and second. Mike, you want to call roll?
We need to ask if there's any discussion, but there won't be. Not on these.
Any discussion, anybody?
any discussion on that?
Hearing none, Mike, you want to call roll?
Smith,
Yes.
Croft,
Yes.
Locke,
Yes.
Meininger,
Yes.
Schaffner.
Yep.
Motion carries.
Need a motion to authorize the treasurer to pay all bills up to $25,000 that are not reoccurring and other reoccurring bills as they are presented, providing funds are appropriated and available, and to report bills paid on a monthly basis to the Board of Education, calendar year 2021. Have a motion?
Seconded.
Got a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. Mike, you want to call roll?
Smith,
Yes.
Croft,
Yes.
Meininger,
Yes.
Lot,
Yes.
Schaffner.
Yep.
Motion carries.
I think so. Good.
Need a motion to appoint the superintendent as purchasing agent for Sidney City Schools for calendar year 2021. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Seconded.
We got a first and motion moved and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. Mike, you want to call roll?
Smith,
Yes.
Croft,
Yes.
Lot,
Yes.
Meininger,
Yes.
Schaffner.
Yep.
Motion carries.
Need a motion to appoint the treasurer as investment officer with authority to invest any interim funds with a goal of maximizing revenue for the Sidney City Schools for calendar year 2021. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Seconded.
So moved in second. Any discussion? Hearing none. Mike, you want to call roll?
Smith,
Yes.
Croft,
Yes.
Meininger,
Yes.
Lot,
Yes.
Schaffner.
Yep.
Did you get those votes? Mine never popped up.
Everybody said yes, I'm just going to mark these.
Did I not?
Didn't pop up.
Trying to get a mic.
Jason's got this train moving.
Yeah. Motion to appoint superintendent as civil rights compliance officer for the Sidney City Schools for calendar year 2021. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Seconded.
Got a moved and second. Any discussion? Hearing none. Mike, you want to call roll?
Smith,
Yes.
Croft,
Yes.
Meininger,
Yes.
Lot, Schaffner.
Yep.
Motion carries.
Any motion to appoint the superintendent as district grievance officer and the curriculum director as assistant grievance officer for calendar year 2021. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Seconded.
Got a motion? I got a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. Mike, you want to call roll? Hurry up. Trying to make up time here. NCIS on tonight.
Smith,
Yes.
Croft,
Yes.
Meininger,
Yes.
Lot,
Yes.
Schaffner.
Yep.
Motion carries.
Need a motion to appoint the superintendent as suspension appeal and expulsion hearing officer and the curriculum director as alternate hearing officer for school year 2021, 2022. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Seconded.
Got a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. Mike, you want to call roll?
Smith,
Yes.
Croft,
Yes.
Meininger,
Yes.
Lot,
Yes.
Schaffner.
Yep.
Motion carries.
Need a motion to appoint the manager of business operations as a suspension appeal, expulsion hearing officer, and curriculum director as alternate hearing officer for the remainder of the year 2020, 2021. Do I have a motion?
So
Do
moved.
I have a second?
Seconded.
We got a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. Mike, call roll.
Smith,
Yes.
Croft,
Yes.
Meininger,
Yes.
Lot,
Yes.
Schaffner.
Yep.
Motion carries.
Need a motion to appoint the special education director as a section 504 compliance officer for the calendar year 2021. I got a motion?
So moved.
Got a second?
Seconded.
Got a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. Mike, you want to call roll?
Smith,
Yes.
Croft,
Yes.
Meininger,
Yes.
Lot,
Yes.
Schaffner.
Yep.
Motion carries.
Need a motion to appoint the following representative.
Looks like we need to know who they are.
That's right.
Jason, what did you do last year?
I have no idea. I did the student achievement.
I was legislative and Hall of Honor.
Do you want to keep those?
I like Hall of Honor, but will it happen?
I don't know.
Do you want legislative now?
Do you want me to take legislative?
Sure.
I'll take legislative.
Um,
And then you can take student achievement.
Okay,
Do you like how we just dole them out?
yeah. And then
Ask Linda, she'll take community
foundation.
foundation liaison.
Linda, will you take Community Foundation liaison?
Yes,
And ask Michelle if she'll do board policy liaison.
board policy, right, that one too.
Yeah, they both could be on that. That's great. I like having them both on there.
Do I have a motion to appoint the following representatives?
Hold on a second, I got it.
You got to figure all that out?
And Mandy, were you still doing Hollow Water?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead.
Get a motion to appoint the following representatives? Mandy for legislative liaison. Bob.
Andy Bob.
Linda for the community foundation liaison. Mandy for Hall of Honor representative. Jason for student council liaison. And Michelle and Linda for board policy liaison. Have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Yes, seconded.
Gonna move, and we got a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, you want to call roll?
Smith,
Yes.
Croft,
Yes.
Meininger,
Yes.
Lyon,
Yes.
Johnson.
Yep.
Motion carries.
I hope it's coming here. I'm gonna have a heart attack. Then I'll get home. Need a motion to appoint Mike Watkins as public records trainee designee for calendar years 2021, 2022. I have a motion.
So moved.
Have a second. Have a second.
That's a great sign.
Seconded.
I got a motion and a second. Mike, any discussion?
No.
Hearing none. Mike, want to call roll?
Smith,
Yes.
Croft,
Yes.
So Simon got it, didn't they?
Yes.
Lyon,
Yes.
Johnson.
Yep.
Motion carries.
Motion to appoint the following to the UBCC Board of Education as recommended by the UBCC. Bill Ankney, term of 1/1/21, 12/31/21. Michelle Lott, 1/1/21 to 12/31/23. Have a motion.
So moved.
Have a second.
Seconded.
Got a motion, got a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. Mike, you want to call roll?
Smith,
Yes.
Croft,
Yes.
Meininger,
Yes.
Lyon,
Yes.
Johnson.
Yep.
Motion carries.
Do you want to flip and you'll make motions now? Or you want to keep doing it how we are?
Oh, that's fine. Because I keep forgetting.
Okay.
And now we're moving into regular session.
That was efficient, Jason.
That's right. We have any additions, deletions, changes to the agenda?
No.
No, none.
Do we have any public participation?
Yes. Sherry Epperson is here. Did you sign up for public participation?
Means I gotta get my counter out.
First of all, Mandy, you have my phone number, correct?
I do, yes.
All right. I do not have my name or my phone number publicized or my email address. If you would, when you get the answers to these questions, I would appreciate you go ask Mandy for my phone number and stuff. Like I said, I don't want it publicized. First of all, my first question is, how many students are enrolled at Sidney High School? That includes JBS, kids going to school online, the whole bit. I'd like to have that number. Second of all, my question is, how much do one Chromebook is costing the school? Does administration also have these same Chromebooks that the kids are being told they're going to be getting tomorrow? To teachers, I'd like to know the cost of that. Also, I'd like to know how long it takes to have something updated to the Sidney webpage, Sidney High or the Sidney School webpage. And I'd like an answer before, I'd say the end of the week. So, you can call my phone or email me, but, you can also leave it on my phone. I have a voicemail,
Did you get all,
because I work 8 to 5 every day.
Bob, did you get all the questions?
I'm working on it.
And who is this gentleman on the end?
Bob Humble, Superintendent.
Okay, thank you.
Hold on, ma'am.
Yes?
Just make sure he's got all the questions first.
Okay.
So I've got how many students at Sidney High School? How much?
Enroll.
I'm sorry?
Enroll.
Enrolled, yes.
That means if they're going online and doing it, or are they
Right.
doing it, you know,
Right.
and the JVS kids?
Okay, I got that. And how much do the Chromebooks cost, correct?
One Chromebook, I wanna know how much one costs.
Okay. Was there more to that question? Okay. And then how long does it take to update the webpage?
Yes,
Is that correct?
yes.
Okay.
Can I ask you a question real quick? Did you want to know how much the new ones are costing or the ones that they would have already had here? The new ones, okay. As far as what they're costing us or what they're costing, period, because they're not costing us anything.
I wanna know how much they cost,
Okay,
and I'm sure you're getting grants for that.
great.
Thank you. Any other public participation?
Did anybody see something on the speak publicly?
It's got a line like that.
Jason.
Yes.
Just ask them to state their name and relationship with the school district. Actually, technically name, address, and the relationship. But you're kind of blindsided by where you're sitting.
Before you start, you want to state your name, your address, and then you got 3 minutes. Is the, I mean, I can't hardly hear him down there.
Is the microphone working? A little bit.
A little better if it's going out that way. It's not coming up this way.
Okay.
That's better.
All right, my name is Tracy Landrum, and I had recently emailed Bob Humble about positions, and he said that he would be posting them on the website. That's where we needed to go and look to apply. I see on here, a certified employee, 1-year contract, part-time position. I even took screenshots of the employment options, and there was no part-time position on the Sidney City Schools website to where the ones that were ripped to have opportunity to fill this position.
So it's not on the website.
Correct. There's substitute positions, but this particular position was not placed on the website like was told. So how are we supposed to be given the fair chance when we were ripped?
If you don't have the opportunity to get it on the website.
Correct. And to apply for the position.
It's posted through the MRESC.
It is not posted. Because this doesn't even state MRESC on here. And I was told specifically, and I have an email from you, where we need to look on the school website.
And we are
So
hiring,
therefore, I was lied to once again.
we're hiring through the MRESC.
So they have to go on the MRESC
Correct.
website.
But I was told to go on the City School website. So therefore, he's giving me false information to have an opportunity to fill a position, once again, which I enjoy, and the MD.
So can I ask a question to you about it?
Sure.
Those positions, if they get hired through the MRESC, does that guarantee that they will always be hired and working here in Sidney?
Does it guarantee it? No,
Yeah,
doesn't
Because
guarantee
they
it,
could
but
potentially be at any school in the
they
MRESC.
could.
Okay.
If we would, in other words, if we would decide we don't need that particular position anymore,
Right,
and they're contracted with the MRESC, they could be moved to another position if there's someone else that needs a position open.
right, okay,
They would be their employee.
right.
So this position is not necessarily our employee.
Correct.
We're going through a temporary agency, basically.
It's not a temp agency, it's just.
Well, that's what I'm saying, but like,
We're contracting with the MRESC.
so that we can say when we need that position and when we don't without having to hire and fire
Correct,
or RIF or those kinds of things.
correct.
Who's to say you can't give a contract to fulfill this position to somebody that was ripped for the remainder of the year, which obviously is needed to give that person that was ripped a chance.
They're not going to be our employees anymore.
Correct, but when you go straight to the source and you ask what you need to do, and you tell me to get on the city school website,
Right.
and you're just giving me false information.
Well, that's not
There's
true,
still
because at
one.
that time, we were still hiring aides directly. We're no longer hiring aides directly. We're hiring them through the
So when
MRESC.
did this start, the MRESC?
In the last month, 3 months, 3
Okay,
weeks.
so 12/21 when I received the email from you,
So the email that I sent you said to check with the MRESC, did I not?
you said that you were going to, this position that I had referred to was going through the MRESC. But
Correct.
all the aides were contacted several weeks ago that we would no longer send emails for any future positions that come available. And we would post such openings on our website.
For
Well,
positions that
well-
for positions that we are hiring, we will post on our website.
I just find it funny that it's a teacher inside the building that works for City Schools, his daughter's the one getting this part-time position.
There are still several on the MRESC website, if you haven't seen them, just so.
Well, I'm just saying the whole cherry picking like he did from the get-go, if this is the man you want to represent City Schools, you ought to be ashamed of yourselves.
Tracy, thank you for participating. Any other public participation? Hearing none, seeing none. There's a tentative calendar year. Need a motion to,
This isn't a motion.
oh,
This is just present to the
Just a
public.
public
right?
hearing for the tentative.
To ask for comments on it. It's that formality.
so do I have any questions on the proposed calendar year? It keeps coming up, 2021, 2022? Hearing none. We'll move on,
It's kind of like the first reading of the
of your will.
legislation changes.
Mike, we'll move on to the Treasury report.
Okay, thank you. I have just one item for this evening, and it is to place the levy on the ballot. So I'd like to request a motion to approve a resolution proposing the levy of an annual tax for school district purposes of the school district income of individuals and of the states, and determining to proceed with submission of said levy.
Do I have a motion?
Seconded.
I got a motion and a second. Any discussion?
So this is the second of the two required resolutions to place the income tax levy on the May ballot.
Now, let's just be clear. Anybody's watching online, that this levy has to be placed now in order to get it on the May ballot.
That's correct.
This levy has nothing to do with upcoming cuts that the board has to make. This levy, by state law, has to be done in order to get it on.
The timing of this actually is twofold. Now, the timing has to be to make the May. We have to have the second resolution passed in January at some point, because it has to be to the Board of Elections and House Department of Taxation by February 3rd, I believe is the absolute last date.
Right.
But we have to have our organizational meeting and so forth early in the month, so that's why we're doing it today.
Okay.
Now, this is tied to cuts we are making. I mean, obviously,
Correct.
the amount that we're asking for is predicated on things that we are doing now to reduce expenditures, but isn't necessarily the end of all things we're.
Right. I just want to make clear that the people know that this has to be done now to get it on the May.
The timing has to be done
Right.
to get on May, correct?
Any other discussion? Hearing none, Mike, you want to call roll?
Smith. Yes. Croft.
Yes.
Leininger.
Yes.
Lot.
Yes.
Schaffner.
Yep.
Motion carries. Thanks.
Mr. Humble.
Okay, like a motion to approve the personnel items as presented.
Got a second?
Seconded.
Got a motion, we got a second, any discussion? Hearing none, Mike, you want to call roll?
Leininger.
Yes.
Croft.
Yes.
Lot.
Yes.
Smith.
Yes.
Schaffner.
Yep.
Motion carries.
It's Mandy, you have the floor.
Do you want me to pass on the report to you?
Oh, no.
I put bullets in.
We can make a motion
so
for
that. You
that.
could just look at it. Okay.
No, I get to get all those emails that I've been sending to you.
Yes.
Oh, I was legislative liaison before you were hired.
Oh, okay.
I've done it before.
Yes. Okay, so.
She gets a lot of extra info now.
Yes. The General Assembly sent Senate Bill 310 to Governor DeWine. The bill originally provided for the distribution of the coronavirus aid, relief, and economic security, the CARES Act funding to local subdivisions and businesses, and it was amended in conference committee to include the following changes. It removes original bill language regarding CARES Act funding to local subdivisions and businesses, adds capital appropriations, including $385 million for local school construction through the Ohio Facilities Construction Commission, requires unspent student wellness and success funds to be distributed to schools by the Ohio Department of Education in consultation with the Office of Budget and Management. It includes $3 million in lottery funds to pay for school funding studies that were included in House Bill 305. It includes provisions from Senate Bill 372, creating the Holocaust and Genocide Memorial and Education Commission. It suspends current laws that limits the school district's expenditures for the operation of student activity programs in 2019 and 2020-21 school years. And it moves the start date for Ed Choice voucher applications. That window will be moved to March 2nd of 2021. And we also had the General Assembly sent House Bill 231 to the governor. This is requiring the ODE to compile and publicize a list of entities that provide free and reduced price epinephrine auto-injectors and permits school districts to create training for staff and instruction for students on food allergies and allergic reaction treatment. It also permits schools and camps to procure and use injectable or nasally administered glucogen in accordance with prescribed policies. The General Assembly sent House Bill 450 to the governor. It requires fiscal officers of school districts and other local governments to provide certificates of transition. The General Assembly also sent Senate Bill 331 to the governor. The bill sunsets the academic standards review committees in English, math, social studies, and science, among other committees and councils, and it will require a sunset review committee to be convened during each General Assembly. Over here, the Senate passed House Bill 409 that modifies student attendance requirements for certain e-schools. And the bill was amended in committee and on the Senate floor to include the following provisions. It exempts districts from retaining a student under the third grade guarantee for the 2020-21 school year. It extends the ability of the superintendent of public instruction to adjust or waive the deadlines on a variety of actions regulated by the State Board of Education. including the filling of a vacancy on a Board of Education. It prohibits state report cards for the 2020-21 school year and provides a safe harbor from sanctions or penalties from state report card ratings, and provides flexibility to school districts and ESCs, among others, regarding educational requirements of substitute teachers for the 2020-21 school year. The Senate passed House Bill 436. This bill requires districts by the 2022 and 23 school year to administer annual dyslexic screenings and establish a multisensory structured literacy certification process for teachers employed by the district or school who will provide instruction in grades K through 3. The Senate passed House Bill 46, which creates a state government expenditure database that includes school district employee salaries and employment information should a district choose to participate. And then I think the others are all multiple, going for different readings. And then we've got Mike DeWine signed into law the Senate Bill 310, providing capital appropriations, including $385 million for local school construction through the Ohio Facilities Commission. We got that one. So that went to the governor then. And also announced the updated guidance regarding quarantines following an in-classroom exposure to COVID-19 in K through 12 schools. Teachers and students are no longer required to quarantine if the exposure happened in a classroom setting where masks and other appropriate protocols were conducted. And in Congress, President Donald Trump signed House Resolution 133 that contains several education-related items, including $54 billion for elementary and secondary education received through formula grants to states, at least 90% of which must support local education agencies, coronavirus response activities, and the funds will be distributed to states using the Every Student Succeeds Act Title 1A formula. $4.5 billion to governors in each state to allocate at their discretion for emergency support grants to local education agencies. Of those funds, $2.75 billion are to be used for private K through 12 schools, and it extends the spending deadline for the Coronavirus Relief Fund to December 31st of 2021. I'm done.
Very nice. I hope the new guy does just as well as you do. Michelle,
Yes,
UVCC report?
yes, sir. On December 8th at 5:30, the annual dinner was held at Forest Campus, with the meal being prepared and served by the culinary arts student. Because this was Dr. Liz's final board meeting, we presented her with a retirement gift of luggage and gift cards. At 7 o'clock, we met in regular session. Dr. Liz mentioned that the Senate Bill 89 passed, will positively affect the career schools. We also gave an update on COVID numbers. In the last 3 weeks, the number of quarantine students has gone down from 141 to 111 to 63 students as of December 8th. Mr. Freeland, the treasurer, asked for approval of return of advances from fiscal year 20, approval of intent to file alternative budget resolution, and approval of the updated fiscal year 21 appropriation resolution and certificate of estimated resources. Finally, we approved the transfer of money from the general fund to the 034 fund for the annual OSSC maintenance set aside, and the transfer of money from the general fund to the capital and general fund for the following project. Mr. Gibson asked the board to approve purchase order to Clean Air America in the amount of $197,150 for the purchase of welding booth for the welding lab project. The board voted to approve a 3.5% increase on the base salary for the 21-22 contract. Finally, we approved the personnel recommendation and then adjourned.
Thank you, Michelle. Do we have any reason to go into executive session? Hearing none, need a motion to adjourn?
Seconded.
A motion and second. Any discussion? Hearing none. Mike, you want to call roll?
Smith,
Yes.
Croft,
Yes.
Minor,
Yes.
Lon,
Yes.
Schaffner,
Yep.
motion carries.
Thanks, ladies.
Thank you.
How about that?
Got it, ma'am. Thank you.
Yep.